Beauty Dairies.
Hello and welcome to Beauty Diaries. I am Namure Edemioya. It's good to be with you again. On this edition, I've been able to arrest someone special to us in the beauty and makeup industry. I call her Madam Pops. Some of us do. Who is Madam Pops? Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Beauty Dairies.
The makeup industry has evolved over the years and became popular with the entrance of Tara Fela Durotoye into the scene. Fashion-conscious ladies realized the need to look good in their appearances, especially at parties. This also increased the need for makeup artists, which helped the labor industry as most young men and women developed their skills in this trade. A need to create a solution for makeup artists and makeup brands in Nigeria gave birth to the Makeup Fair Series. The Makeup Fair Series, TMUF, is West Africa's largest makeup and beauty trade show organized by full-service beauty consulting and support brand Pops Concepts. The Makeup Fair Series is a beauty trade show. The event was created in 2012 to foster the right connections between makeup and beauty brands, industry influencers, and enthusiasts. How has the coming together of makeup enthusiasts helped in developing the industry? This is our focus today on Beauty Diaries with Namure.
So we created the Makeup Runway Africa so that we can celebrate makeup artists for their creativity, their craft, and their passions. And so far, we've seen that a lot of makeup artists that are hidden have been able to come out, to showcase what they really have. It's more like unleashing creativity on the runway.
In our makeup room today, we will be taking you through the application of foundation on your face with Debola. Also, watch out for the question for today at the end of the program. We have perfume oils to give out to the first 5 viewers who get or send the correct answers. Remember to send the answers to the correct handle. Welcome to Beauty Diaries.
Beauty Dairies.
In Nigeria, I'm sure you must have heard of the Makeup Fair. The Makeup Fair is an avenue for makeup artists to come together to showcase their products, to share their experience, and of course to talk about a lot of things. So with me on the program today is Omolola Faleye. Omolola Faleye is the founder, CEO of the Makeup Fair. Omolola, welcome to Beauty Diaries.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
So how has it been with the business of running the Makeup Fair?
This is our 6th year. We started in 2012 in Abuja, and we had to move to Lagos anyway. And we've hosted 37 editions in 10 cities so far, and we've seen it. We've seen that the industry is growing. From 2012 where we started, there were not so many brands out there, but we've seen a lot of brands and businesses launch on our platform. The industry is growing at a very tremendous speed.
Now, I've noticed that since the Makeup Fair started, there have been other subsidiaries, so to say, within the Makeup Fair. How did you come about this? And what are they anyway?
From when we started in 2012, it was just purely a platform for businesses in the makeup and beauty industry to grow basically their brands, to reach more people, to 10x their sales and their profits. But as time grew on, we found out that makeup artists were not celebrated enough for their craft and for their creativity. So we decided to launch the Makeup Runway Africa at the Makeup Fair Series, more like unleashing creativity on the runway.
Okay, it's like an exhibition for makeup artists and people that sell makeup brands. How did it all start, and what was the acceptance like from start up till now?
I started with managing a beauty brand, and when I was trying to apply for a competition, you win to be precise, and I found out that in the questions that were asked, they were asking for avenues and ways that we could market our products more. And I realized at that point that there were no beauty shows or beauty trade fairs in Nigeria, and afterwards I called a few of my friends and I said it would make sense for us to create that avenue. So, and that was how the Makeup Fair series started. We started first with the Abuja Makeup Fair, but we realized that a lot of business and beauty brands from Lagos were calling in, wanting to be part of it. And so we went back to the drawing board and we decided to create something called the Makeup Fair series that would now tour major cities in Nigeria.
Now we have a lot of brands coming in, and it's been gaining a lot of acceptance in the makeup industry. So many brands, how do you manage them?
A lot of brands want to be known, as they're coming up, the industry, like I said, is expanding, it's really growing, and they want to be known. They want to market their products. They want to showcase their products. We try as much as possible to release a calendar for the year. So in January, we have all the fairs for the entire year out. So people tend to plan ahead. So usually we say to you, try as much as possible to get in on, because most times our spaces are fully booked.
Interesting. Now, let's talk about the procedure, the process. I know there are some market secrets you wouldn't want to let out, but do you have sponsors yearly or in the different states? Do people come in to say, I want to be part of it?
Well, over the years, we've not really had sponsors, but thinking back, really, there was a particular year that we had Maybelline New York sponsor the fair. But apart from that, really, we've not really had sponsors come on our platform. We're trying our best to get sponsors to support in the Makeup Fair series, but so far we haven't gotten any.
There's an evolution of Nigerian beauty brands, okay, starting from Tara, BM Pro, and then some others now. What's your perception of it? We have a lot in Nigeria now, and it's gotten to a point where makeup artists add some of the Nigerian makeup brands to their own.
Yes, when we started the Makeup Fair series in 2012, we could count the number of Nigerian makeup brands that were showcasing on the platform. But I can tell you that today, 50% of those showcasing are Nigerian makeup brands. In the acceptance, the Nigerians are beginning to accept their own.
Yes.
And we are glad and we are happy that's happening. So we're always excited when we have new Nigerian brands wanting to launch on our platform. We're glad that's happening.
Beauty dairies. Beauty dairies.
So Lola, the makeup fair has gone around some cities, Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, Owerri, Port Harcourt. Are there other states?
Enugu,
Yes.
Benin City, Calabar. And Oyo.
And what have been the acceptance in all of these states?
When we started, of course we started in Abuja, then we went to Lagos. Then other cities started inquiring. They wanted us to bring the Makeup Fair series to them. We noticed from going from one city to the other, organizing the fairs, we've noticed that it's quite different. What you get to see in Lagos is totally different from what you probably would see in Kaduna. But we're excited knowing too well that some of the events for their first editions really turned out well. For example, Kaduna shocked us. Benin City shocked us. We were surprised at what people came all the way from Kano, Bauchi, Gombe, Taraba, even Jos to Kaduna. It was a makeup heaven, if you can say. Yes, it was really exciting to see that we were really accepted, and that's why we would stay with those states. For in the east, Enugu, Owerri, so far are doing so well. For Calabar, we've gone to Calabar, we've gone to Uyo, and we plan to go to more cities as the spirit leads.
I was going to ask when you're going outside Nigeria. Are you planning any soon?
Well, we've been getting inquiries saying, come to Ghana, come to Cotonou, come to Benin, come to Kenya. But we think that we want to be done. Let's try as much as possible to go to more states in Nigeria, then we can decide that we want to go outside.
We've been talking about the makeup fair, more to come on that. But for now, let's go on to the makeup room segment. What do we have there today? Stay tuned.
Beauty Dairies.
You're still on to Beauty Diaries and you're welcome to the makeup room. This segment we have our special friend here, Mrs. Debola Gbadebo, CEO, the Belista Makeup Studio. Debola, you're welcome to the program. Thank you for making us come into your space today. So Debola will be taking us through foundation process on the face and eyelashes. Stay tuned.
Beauty Dairies.
My name is Debola Gbadebo, CEO, the Belista Makeup. So I started with the brows before the skin prep, because once the skin is prepped, it will be silky, so my hand cannot really rest on her skin. So I prefer to draw the eyebrow first, so that the eyebrow area will be dry, you know. And before that, I use the anti-shine on the brow area to make it dry. Then I drew the brow, I lighted it. Then afterwards is the skin prep. I use the moisturizer, anti-shine, and setting spray. That allowed the skin to be hydrated, you know, making it fit for foundation to sit well for a longer period of time. And afterwards, I apply my foundation with Beauty Blender. Though you can use brush, but I do prefer to use Beauty Blender because it gives more even tone, even application. Then after that, I did the highlighting with a lighter shade of concealer, like 2 shades lighter than the person, you know, just to create illusion of having an oval face. That's part of the highlights and the low lights thing for contouring. So after that is eyeshadow application. So I don't want to use a very bright eyeshadow so that it won't distract us from the eyelashes effect. So that's why I use the matte subtle eyeshadow. Then after that is a gel liner application. Afterwards, I use a setting spray again to set all the powder application I've done after the foundation. Then afterwards, I use a dark powder to do the contouring, just to give out the illusion of having an oval face. Then afterwards was the eyelashes. Then after that was the lipstick. If you check the makeup before the eyelashes and after, what eyelashes does is that it adds a little drama. And there's a way eyelashes just, you know, change the whole look. So if we look at the makeup that we didn't really use so much eyeshadow. So it doesn't really have to be applying so much eyeshadow and all that. Once you put your eyelashes, it just changes the makeup game. Like it just gives you that vavavoom look and all that. They come in different lengths and they come in different materials and different prices as well. Just like we have a human hair, we have the synthetic one and all that, which comes with different prices. Same thing with eyelashes. We have the mink one. That particular material of eyelashes is harvested from animal, you know, but it should be in a cruelty-free environment. So with that, you can reuse your eyelashes, your mink eyelashes, over and over and over. It depends on how well you keep it. That's another thing. And the glue that you use on the band really matters. You know, those are the things that really make your eyelashes stays longer. And when you're removing your eyelashes, you're supposed to, you know, sprinkle little water. That is to soften the glue from your natural eyelashes, so that when you pull it off, you don't pull off your natural eyelashes while you're trying to take off the artificial one. Then you're supposed to keep it back in the case, you know, for the next usage. Then we have a silk or synthetic eyelashes. Those ones look pretty heavy. They're gotten from polymers. They're not getting. They are not gotten from animal. They're made of fibers and all that. So most of that, they are cheaper than mink eyelashes, but they could be quite heavy on your lash line. And most of the time, when you try to pull off the synthetic eyelashes, your natural eyelashes follows it. Even though you put you sprinkle water before you remove it, it can still take some of your eyelashes away. And we have the individual ones. Those are the ones you can fix and carry it for 3 weeks, 1 month.
You can equally use the synthetic eyelashes for that. You can use the mink eyelashes for that as well. They have different processes of fixing, but they can stay on for 3 weeks, 1 month, depending on the glue and whoever did it and all that. For me, for daytime eyelashes, I don't think you need something too long. It should be moderate. You know, something acceptable by all. You know, we all have different perspective about makeup, you know, so that when you walk into an office or wherever during daytime, they don't look at you like, who is this? So for party, you can go all out loud. You can use a long one, short one, depending on anyone that you like.
Beauty Dairies.
You're welcome back from the makeup room. I'm sure you learned some things from there. We're still talking to Omolola Faleye, founder of the makeup fairs in Nigeria. Now, there are some other babies under the makeup fair.
Yes. The Makeup and Beauty Connect series now gave birth to what we call the Makeup Artists Guild of Nigeria.
Yes, I've been to that as well. Okay.
So, the Connect series basically it's a non-membership platform. So it was just for us to connect. So in 2014, we decided that it would make sense for us to have a uniform and unified body, which is more like an association. And so that was why we decided that it was time for us to launch a guild. And that was how the Makeup Artists Guild of Nigeria came alive. We're trying as much as possible to encourage as many makeup artists as possible to join us.
Okay.
Because so far we have about 100 members. We want more members to join us. So when we kick off officially, we are able to address most of these issues. And that's why, in as much as it's totally optional, but we're saying join us. Come on board and let us grow the industry together. Address all these issues. And so we know that the makeup industry is more or less a low entry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's easier to just come in, but you know, we want to make sure that there are rules to be followed.
Are you not bothered about the influx of a lot of makeup artists in the country?
Sincerely, we're not bothered. You know, it's their craft and their talents, really. But we want them, in as much as we're not bothered, but we want them to do it right.
Okay.
It's important they know that they need to do it right.
Okay, so after the Makeup Guild is one, is there another one?
We recently we're about to launch what we call the Beauty Pitch Africa. The makeup runway is to celebrate makeup artists for their craft.
Okay.
Now, this time around, we want something that would take their businesses to the next level. And so we have introduced, or we're about to debut the first Beauty Pitch Africa at the 7th edition of the Lagos Makeup Fair.
What's that about?
We decided it's aimed at building the African beauty industry. What we want to do is we want to change the narrative of the African beauty industry, as well as disrupt the future of African beauty. We want to showcase the talents, the creativity, the innovations of African beauty.
Oh, that's interesting, and that's really innovative. I'm sure it will encourage a lot of makeup artists. So do I have to be a makeup artist or I must have a makeup business?
Yes, a makeup business, a product, a service, a solution.
Product, service, solution.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, for you to, and it must be functional. It must have a customer base already, not just an idea.
We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Beauty Dairies.
I was a monopoly, but now I'm no longer a monopoly because I have trained people and people have started to do makeup. I haven't been on the decline. I haven't had seasons where I'm like, oh, there's no work. In fact, these days, when I find a Saturday that I'm not booked for anything, I celebrate it. I'm like, oh my God, I can wake up this morning and I can go to Tony's room and look at her. That's never the case for me. So, you know, with the way my work is these days, when I still have periods like that. So I don't believe in the oversaturation. What irks me is mediocre work. Like, everyone is a makeup artist just because they have 2 eyebrow pencils. And when you criticize their work, then you become a hater. So these days I sort of learned to keep my opinion to myself and only offer it if you ask me.
Beauty Dairies.
You're welcome back. Now, Omolola, let's talk about the fair again. I have some questions to ask you. what do the makeup artists, the people that have stands in your fairs, do they really sell, or people just come, do selfies, take pictures, and go?
We pride ourselves in the fact that we deliver a finely targeted audience, and we call them the buying audience.
Okay.
Now, our attendees come prepared to shop. For the makeup fair series, we say the sales happen before the event, during the event, and after the event. In fact, much more after the event. So if you exhibit on our platform, you're certain if your product is good, if your packaging is good, if your promotion is good, if the people you have on your stand is good. We call it the 4 Ps. If you have all that sorted, you're certain and you're sure to sell. We've had testimonials of brands who have come to launch, and in fact, most of them get to sell out. We've seen people sell out by around 12, 3, pack their things and they've left.
Really?
Yes. But we also know that there's also a percentage of people who don't get to sell, but we try as much as possible to encourage them, to do better, either with their promotions, their product, or how they present themselves at the fairs.
So the stands, do they have grades? Because some people buy ahead, like the gold, silver, platinum. Does it apply to the stands?
No, for us at the Makeup Fair series, what we have mostly is called something we introduced this year, which is called the VIP exhibitors.
Oh,
so
I see.
the VIP exhibitors would have to do a minimum of seven of our events throughout the year, get to pay full, and also there are other benefits they get. They get an event free, they get to choose their spaces first, their prime locations, of course, at the event, and they also get extra promotions from us. So apart from that, really every other person is on the same level.
Now, how about competition? Apart from the makeup fair, I know there's been some other fairs. Are you worried about competition? What do you have to say about that?
No, I'm not worried about competition. The truth is, we would encourage more to come, because we go from state to state. We cannot be in a particular state throughout the year. For Lagos, it's just twice a year, while other states are just once a year. So we know some exhibitors have said to us, we would love to have this every month, but we cannot handle that. So it's good that there are other beauty fairs coming up. They have the opportunity to attend those fairs, knowing too well that we can't do the fairs every month. Okay. So what we just say is our months, June and December, please keep that for us.
What's the future for the makeup industry in Nigeria?
We see a lot of brands springing up. But what we see a lot of business makeup brands not doing it right.
Okay.
There's really no structure per se, and there's no guidance. A lot of them are into private labeling, and a lot of them are just trading per se, in quotes. We would want to see, in as much as the industry is growing, a lot of people are getting more aware of what makeup is, and beauty, everybody products, things that you never thought they would know. The internet and social media, and it's also helping matters, YouTube and everything. We want to also see us grow as well in our branding, in the way we do business as well, apart from the fact that there's a lot of influx of people. So in another, maybe like in another 5 years, I want to see the industry grow.
Okay, you want to see the makeup industry grow and positioned rightly. Interesting. Apart from all of this, what do you do in your spare time?
I'm behind the scenes on my laptop.
On your laptop.
Working.
She's a nerd. Thank you so much, Omolola.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Wish you the very best in all your endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure a lot of makeup artists appreciate you for the opportunity given to them via the makeup fair.
Thank you so much.
We'll call on you from time to time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been talking to Omolola Faleye, founder of the Makeup Fair in Nigeria. And so that's how we end today's edition on Beauty Diaries with Namure. I'll be with you again, same time next week. I hope you had fun as I did. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Bye-bye.
Beauty Diaries.